So let's change this schedule yet again and go with something I'd like to deem as hyperprototyping. So first of all, hyperprototype is based on the content outline. So I'm going to click and go to part of my content outline here. Got that message saying, hey, I know you left off here, / hey, you want to go down to this page of instruction. So there's my content outline. So what we're going to do in our shop typically is our instructional designers sit down and they build out what is known as a prototype lesson. So I'm going to build a real quick one here. So usually it'll be a lesson, and then there's an introduction, and then maybe there's an activity of some kind, and discussion, group, meeting, something like that. And there's going to be a quiz. And this is, the idea is to create something that is reusable and is mapped throughout the semester. So an average lesson of instruction, we'll say for this course, is going to be an introduction, and then the students are going to have to read. So I'll move that up there. And then they're going to have a discussion group meeting to talk about what they read. And then there's going to be an activity of some kind, and then a quiz. So perhaps that's what, how things typically flow. And then obviously under the e-text chapter, because this is a content outline, we'd have the intro, and then we'd have more pages. I'm not going to go and fill it out entirely. So we'll say this is a typical lesson of instruction. If you're using the outline designer as an instructional designer, typically you would then, go and do this, and I'd hit duplicate. How many copies would you like? And I'd kick out 14 and go, okay, here's the whole course if it's a 14 lesson course. But what I want to do is, this is real early in development. Maybe I just got this prototype lesson done. I need to get it approved. So we're going to go back. We'll see, there's the lesson. Hey, it updated, so you can see what that would look like. But here's the schedule. This doesn't match that in any way. So we're going to make it match that. So we're going to go to Edit Course. We're going to do Schedule. And Schedule to Build. We're going to build a week-based schedule just for simplicity's sake. And this semester is going to go, we're going to do kind of a normal university schedule. So let's do January through May 9th of 2001. And again, I picked Mondays just so that it's cleaner when it prints. So I'm going to go with build from prototype lesson. So what this is going to do is it's going to look at my prototype lesson that I structured, and it's going to figure out how it can turn that into a schedule. So it's going to take the first, it's going to look at the lesson heading and basically just grab these and say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 items here. So I'm going to make 5 items per week. You'll notice this one takes a little bit longer to do. So it's creating 17 weeks of instruction based on knowing that the semester started the second week of January and ends the second week of May. And it's going to throw in those 5 items under each one of them. So there's going to be an introduction and an e-text chapter and the discussion group meeting, activity, quiz. It's going to put that language in, and it's going to use some artificial intelligence to attempt to figure out, how it should handle that information or what it can figure out on its own to help you out. So I'm going to go back to viewing my schedule now, and you'll see it's taken those items and we've created the weeks. I mean, we've showed that functionality before. So there's the 17-week containers and the exam. But you'll notice that it actually went and auto-linked these for you. So because I said this is a rapid prototype, in our case, this is what we consider hyper-prototyping. I've laid out what the work will be for a semester in a matter of 5 videos in about 5 minutes apiece. So you'll see it figured out that an introduction is probably something they have to read, so it marked this as reading. Same with the e-text chapter. Same with the discussion group. Well, maybe that's a discussion. And it tries to figure this out and guess for you. So you can use this for planning purposes. You're not necessarily going to run the semester this way, but you can really get a head start on planning with an instructor what the workload is.